Welcome everyone, and today we're gonna do something new. We've never done this on the channel before, but I'm gonna open the question up to you guys because I think I found a bargain at Harbor Freight. Now, you could spend 10 bucks a lot of ways in a lot of places, and I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm just showing you how I spent mine, and I'm gonna ask you, what do you think you could spend 10 bucks on in Harbor Freight that has good value? And share your ideas in the comments here, and I'm going to show you what I picked up the other day and why I think it's special, and why I like it. And I haven't used it a ton, but I can tell you I've used a lot of similar products in the history of my DIY career, and I'm always in need of this type of stuff. So this is an example of what I'm looking to replace and/or figure out how to deal with. So, have you ever had a goodie, like a computer goodie, you know, a hard drive that has all these little tiny fasteners, and you just want to open it up, or you need to remove a cover to clean it or something, or you're just taking stuff apart. You like taking stuff apart. There's tiny little screws down in there. Everything's different. You know, all these consumer goods have little hardware here and there, and I like to play with that kind of stuff. So when I need a screwdriver, I typically used to buy sets like these. And I like these, but I don't know if you can see, it always seems to be that they're never the right size. And the tips are rather soft, and all of these are worn out. Doesn't matter how nice the handle is, if they're misused on the wrong fastener all the time, eventually they just get to be junk. So if you buy quality tools like this Weha Sweet Soft Touch, this is nice ergonomic. It has a hardened tip, and this is a Torx. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of small for this camera. It's an action camera, not a macro camera here. But then I have these disposable, what kind of one-time use that you get with like a replacement cell phone screen kit or something. And then I have this fancy Pick Quick multi-bit. You know, check out my other videos on the channel about tools. There was a Milwaukee driver, something like this. We did a video on that had, you know, the pros of this kind of handle storage system. But what I picked up for this small application is not that. It is this. And this is what I believe is an amazing $10 deal at Harbor Freight. 34-piece set. Let's see what we can do. This might look really bad, but you can see all the bits are individually labeled. You have star bits, Torx, whatever you want to call them, in the top row there, and you end with the biggest Torx there in the second row. Flat tip screwdrivers, screwdriver tips, sizes there, all stamped on the body. That's nice. Then you have Phillips in this row, and finally this is hex drive down here, Allen drive, I guess. Yeah, it's Allen keys. So what makes this set nice is it's 10 bucks. It's all in this nice self-contained case. It does have a latching lid. It's not a living hinge, as in it's not just folded plastic, which is kind of decent at least. If you don't crush it, you should last a little while. It does have this end rolls, which I personally like when I'm using a screwdriver, especially small stuff, because you tend to want to press down on the smaller drives, because if you don't, you'll strip them out, especially if they're like Loctited and like hard drives. Any sort of like computer based stuff seems to be Loctited a lot of times. So you have, this is a collet, slides down, bit stored in it, and they have this nice extension bit. Now, there's only one thing I don't like about this, and I'll tell you here in a second. And it is the diameter of this bit holder. So this bit holder is non-magnetic. It is not retained with a magnet. It's got like a metal clip or something in there. And I mean, it's got a good retainer. It's not a bad retainer, but you really do have to have the bit all the way in. Now, this was like a quick example I could find. I think this will work here, but if this pocket was any deeper, it wouldn't. So you see that? Now the diameter of that pocket isn't ideal, but you know, in this application it would work. It's just something to think about when you're using these extensions. There isn't a lot of reach on this set, and I guess that would be my main gripe. I would like a set like this more if it had longer bits, maybe twice the length. At this dimension though, they would be pretty delicate. But I don't see myself using it too terribly much, but it's kind of an interesting thing to have in the kit, and it might get you out of a bind, so I'm not going to knock it. Maybe someday it'll prove me smart for buying it, but at the same rate, I don't think overall there's a step down from this on the website, and I think it was like $7 or $8, and it definitely was quite a bit less of a tool. It was $7.99, and it came with tweezers instead. I think that's a poor trade. For $10, I would rather purchase this myself. I can tell you the bits look really nice. You know, when you look at the machining on some stuff, you can really tell pretty quick if it's super poor or not. And I mean, the fit and finish looks nice on them. I pulled a bunch of them out, looked at them. They're alright, and they have taken the time to orient them all so the actual sizing is labeled and stuck out, which I thought was kind of an interesting detail, because it's not printed on all sides. It's only on that one face. So somebody definitely did load these up with the dimension out. What would you buy for $10 that's better at the Harbor Freight? I'm not saying that everybody's got to buy red tools, and red tools, you know, bit kits are readily available for the larger dimensions, but this doesn't help you when you want to, you know, get into something like this. And these Pickwicks are the next size. That's the other thing I wanted to point out. I was excited because I said, hey, at least now I can load this Pickwick handle up with whatever I want for bits, right? Because sometimes you don't like the assortment that's in there. So I said, well, maybe you could buy this kit and you could put those in there, right? Haha. Trick is, they're not the same size. Is that this is it's all of its own dimension. And I don't know why they chose to do that. But there it is, folks. 3.9 millimeters. I assume that's why this flex extension was labeled as a 4 millimeter. Now, that is not what this Pickwick is, though. Pickwick is 4.65. And this just spins. So kind of a bummer there that they're not interchangeable, but it's its own thing. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me how you would better spend $10. And at $10, I think there's a lot of functionality in here, and there's a lot of uses that everybody could enjoy. Great stocking stuffer if it's the holiday season, and or a good gift for the you know, curiously inclined people out there, and or somebody who just needs it for your junk drawer. I don't think you can go wrong. Alright, with that, I'm out, guys. We'll see you next time.